Hi, I'm Ariel, and my teammates are Samantha and Bibi, and I am gonna do the experiment, and it is the Glockenspiel toolbox. So, what we're gonna do is what I'm gonna do is put some tools in a wooded surface and hit them with different objects, so the tools can produce a sound, and I'm gonna measure the frequency and the amplitude. And I'm gonna do the experiment, but my teammates are gonna help me to measure the frequency and the amplitude. These are the tools I'm gonna hit. This is a hammer and all of these, and these are the variables. Like, for example, I'm gonna hit them with a knife, with a pencil, with a metal straw, and with a plastic straw, so we can see how sound changes. Okay, so the first thing I used was a knife, and I realized that with some tools it sounds really high, and with some others it sounds really low. For example, with this it sounds really high, but if we hit it in the hammer it sounds lower. Okay, so now I hit it with a pencil, and what I realized is that it sounds very differently than with a knife. It sounds like more quiet, and with the knife it had like more life in the sound. And let me show you. So for example, in here you can see a difference than with the knife. Now I used a metal straw, and I also find a difference. These two are metal objects, but the difference in this is the shape. That this is like hollow, this is not, and the sound changed. So let me show you how it changed. Okay, so let's see. It sounds very different. It sounds like more hollow than with the knife. And if we hit it here, you can completely see the difference. But in this one, it sounds way higher. So see, it sounds kind of different, but almost it is not noticeable. And here in this one, you can tell more of the difference, and also in here. Okay, so the sound changed a lot depending on the material of the item, and also depending on the shape of the item. Because for example, these two are metal objects, but the shape changes a lot, so it sounds very different. And this is wood, and this is plastic, and it also changes a lot the sound. I think the plastic, when you hit the tools with the plastic, it sounds way more quiet than if you hit it with wood or with a metal item. And we had our hypothesis that the tools will emit a higher sound or a stronger sound if you hit them with a metal item, and we just proved that. Okay, so now to measure the frequency, I'm gonna use the app called DCB Noise, and I'm gonna show you the results. So in here we have all the variables we measured. So we can see the knife, the plastic straw, the metal straw, and the pencil. And the hertz that are numbered are the ones that I got from doing it like normally, with not too hard, not too soft. But the numbers that have the plus sign are the ones that I measured by hitting the tools harder with each item. And the ones that have the minus sign are the ones that I hit like with less force. And those are the results I got. So with the results, I was able to notice that if the sound had like a higher sound, like a higher pitch, the frequency would be higher. But if it had a lower pitch or a lower sound, the frequency would be lower. And I confirmed the theory, again, our hypothesis, that with the metal it sounded way higher. It had more pitch.